For Heroic, it must be more of a feeling of, man, that game slipped through our fingers. You know, like we were so far ahead. The M was within reach. We were right there, and we just couldn't get it over the line. You know, it's always interesting to see if that fires a team up, like really determines them to take the second map and right their wrongs, or if it gets in the heads a little bit. Usually, it's been more of the former with this Heroic squad. Usually, it fires them up. But let's see if that's the case now. Moving into this pistol round, they try and keep it quick. And instead it's to their demise. They run into Golden down at the bottom of mid. And while that's going on, the rest of the gang are lighting up top Banana. So commanding pistol round from Fnatic. B site locked in. And only one man left for Heroic.
And that's a really nice round here from Golden. He gets the two guys that's rushing down in mid. Heroic trying to do a pincer move on the Banana bomb side. 2 down mid. And down Banana at the same time. But Fnatic not going to have any of those shenanigans. A solid round. 3 kills from Crims, 2 from Golden. First pistol round on the board here from Fnatic. Continued that domination on that T side that we saw in Mirage. And Inferno, I talk a lot about economy, and Inferno by far the one that requires the most amount of utility, the most amount of economy on that CT side in order to have a very good kind of run. Just very demanding on the CTs, this map. Full buy though. Scout on Cadian. We do have some utility and pistols around the board. These rounds are still dangerous here on the T side, and kind of what you expect for CTs. A little bit more of a gamble stack. With Heroic having 4 smokes left as well, you argue that normally you just tend to have one guy continuously rotate over to B and kind of refills. You can do the same thing in mid as well. But B is much more common. And we do see, as I mentioned here, Borp making its way first with the first set of smokes. Down does have one, but obviously when he's the B-side player, he's the one that wants to hold it the longest. I like this as well. The longer Fnatic kind of takes their time here and not taking map control kind of forces or kind of leaves Heroic in a situation where they don't have to use their smokes early. So still have a lot of smokes. That's 50 seconds left. And Fnatic are making their way here. We have 2 smokes for Heroic. And I wonder if we're just going to see Fnatic just straight out execute even through this smoke here. No. This is now very dangerous. Now it's 35 seconds left. We have 2 smokes left. Stam with one as well. And you make the argument here for Fnatic. Maybe you just end up leaving. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, I like it. They're faking the rotation.
Yeah, but
so
look at
smart.
Yeah. Actually, Stam just placed the smoke too. It's going to be very close here now.
All right, here we go. Little Molotov to force the players out of position, but that lands a coffin, so everyone's safe. Stown shrunk down and behind the pillar. That's a lot of damage, considering it's just him there. But has that teed Heroic up for a little upset here in this force buy? I don't think so. I don't even think they're that interested in going for it, as sad as it is to say. With, 3 of these players tagged, that scout is going to hit like an orb. But that's not information that Heroic have, nor is it anything they're going to act upon. As they just sit back and let this one run the clock down. Fnatic onto a second, they get the conversion. They've been good at grabbing these. And so now 2-0.
I think one of the cool things about that decision too is just that I would imagine that if, with the time as it was, when Fnatic were like going for that fake rotation, I feel like if there was like a full stack on the B site, there would have been noise that Fnatic would have heard when they stuck around. To that would indicate rotating players, which they would only need to do if there was like a stack of players, unless they were like very convinced to just sit there and just hold all their guns to the next round, which is a possibility. But it's really cool to see Fnatic do that, because I've actually not seen that maneuver enough, I think, in that kind of a spot. So it's really cool. It works out for them. Some teams panic. That was a move that was made with complete just concentration and composure. So
yeah, I mean, that was looking very dicey. You'd argue here as well if Fnatic makes their way up in mid, just because they don't have any information on how the CTs are playing. I think smart play by them. Very close, but still a round win. And low buy here from Heroic, and they're gambling towards that A bomb site now this time around. Just Cadian being 13 HP in CT spawn. holding an angle. So it's looking like a solid first 3 rounds here from Fnatic, I'd argue. JW, but not much is going to be done after that. And for Heroic now, obviously, we're going to be buying for next. You can make the discussion for Nico, obviously, trying to save maybe the armor that he has. But for the remainder Heroic players, maybe you want to try and go for a kill here for a potential weapon upgrade. But this could also come back to bite you a little bit, because obviously we know that there's 2 SMGs on the Fnatic side, and there's a lot of money here to be collected. Just 2 SMG kills, though.
See, I feel like Fnatic have joined us on so many of these casts, and every single time they're around, it is Inferno that's being played. I feel like they're going to be very, very attuned to all the stuff they've been breaking down for us whenever they've appeared on the desk. You know, we're already seeing good examples of this banana utility, which Golden always talks about as being so important, right? And Fnatic have been winning this a great deal. Look at JW. Like, how do you account for this speed, this pace, this shoot-you-in-the-face attitude that he's got? He's already up top banana. It's been double mollied, man. They're not going to be ready for him to be so deep. Did he catch anyone from this position? That's the interesting thing. Because Fnatic right now, it sounds like they're trying to bait Heroic to take a banana peek. There's a smoke down at top banana. There were Molotovs there. JW runs through, and so they're trying to bait the peek, but Stown is somehow aware that that is the case, and he's ready for JW. That is impressive awareness from Stown, considering all the kind of pieces that Fnatic threw in into trying to sell the idea that, yeah, we're not top banana, take a peek, see for yourself. Well, they do, and they find JW.
Super smart round as well from Fnatic. I mean, you're exactly right. They're waiting for that mid-round aggression to take back banana control. Good spot, but nicely done on the Tessus with the clear. Brollan, though, shoots Cadian's head off. They're up in mid now. Nice flashbang as well on board. He's completely flashed. Brollan gets a second kill here now. Here's the wrap. Pincer move here. Now, Nico and Tess in great positions, though. I'm not sure if Fnatic's going to be expecting 2 members from Heroic here.
Oh no,
man.
The variance there, that sucks, doesn't it? If you're Heroic. Off to a pretty poor start here, unless Storm can do something nuts, but it's the A side of Inferno. There's not really a chance here for him. Trying to see if he can catch any stragglers, though, perhaps. At least get some damage on the economies, pick up the AWP, and he's out of there. Ooh, this is not the start that Heroic were looking for, that's for sure.
Yeah, even a great opening by Heroic. You'd argue that their whole round was actually really nicely done. They had 4-man setup as well over towards that A bomb site when Fnatic was hitting it. They got an entry over to the banana bomb site as well, but Fnatic, really good job on their timing, hitting their shots at the same time. You see, this is the first kill that Brollan gets, but then there's a really good expo flash here from Golden to allow Crimson, obviously, Braun to take the space, and we see Borb just so flashed. And the smoke just fades here. Look at this timing with the smoke fading. Maybe Nico has more of an opportunity if it doesn't. But yeah, that's 4 rounds already here on the board for Fnatic on their T side, and Heroic not in a good spot with the money. It's a half buy pistols. Cadian does have an AWP, looking too aggressive here on banana. And that's really the hit squad. It's Cadian and Stavin with weapons, and they're both here in banana area, so... Oh, wow, and he gets away at the same time. Crimson wasn't actually super flashed either, so getting him the first kind of saves Stavin there. When we saw this tendency from Heroic yesterday as well, Tessus was very active on the B bomb side to be the guy that rotates over. And then for the flash to come in. Yeah, and it comes in the hands of, you know, Fnatic losing the entry there from Crimson Banana, leaving it there, and Heroic being able to then rotate back. This is a very difficult situation to be in if you're Fnatic, but I say that Jaquinho, so having a great performance on Mirage, continues that here on Inferno. 3 kills now, 2-on-2, bomb goes down.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's getting dangerous now, isn't it? It's heating up. Bora with the AWP trying to find the wall bang, and Storm has, meanwhile, picked up an MP9. I think in the smoke, he found an MP9. So there could be a moment here. There goes an 8. Well, Golden's going to deal with Storm, and that's going to have to be a save for the AWP now. It's looking doable off the back of that 1 deke from Bora, but Fnatic, they didn't seem to be afraid at all. They just seemed to walk straight into the stack. They had a good, good entries, good coordination, good swings. The lack of apps control, I suppose, was really the biggest issue for Heroic in that defense, and that with that stack that they had more apps control, and I think that it would have been harder for Fnatic to coordinate the swing from Porch and apps at the same time. And that's what I think really where you can see this is the swing, right? Oh, of course, Nika comes out to help on Porch, and then this angle's completely left open.
Yeah,
it's hard though. It's hard to know exactly how you're supposed to swing sometimes and what you're supposed to be looking at.
Yeah, it's timing, right? They obviously spot a lot of people in lane there and want to help out and to go for a training game, and it's really just the one Fnatic member on in apps there, Jaquinho getting the 3 kill. Just timing, it's just very good there. Best weapon round so far this half. We have a double op setup here now from Heroic. One on Stan, one on Cadian. They will be splitting. We have Cadian was trying to take a peek in apps, and Stan in this same old Heroic shenanigans, trying to take banana control. Oh, but again, the aggression from Fnatic. Nico is here to kind of help out, but he's by his lonesome now. He does have apps control, but Fnatic have bomb site and Arch. They still even have one lurking member in Crimson in the ramp area. What a start from Fnatic. This is what I was worried about. The whole thing with the CT side economy of not getting rounds together, and then you have a team like Fnatic that, especially in a start like this, just does a really good job on their T sides, being in your face, being flexible as well with the calls that they make, throwing in some really fast rounds into some really slow rounds, and then just taking map control. And this is concerning from Heroic, because you make the argument here as well. You know, normally when you have CT sides like this, it comes in the hands of them now being able to take banana control, but Heroic has had actively banana control for a lot of these rounds, with Fnatic abusing the fact that, to argue, maybe timing and some rotates at that as well, but just really have the upper hand at the moment in the calling area. So hoping that maybe we would see a timeout here. There's another good buy here from Heroic, obviously. Full sets of nades. Let's see if they have something else in mind for us. Cadian is moving towards mid with that AWP.
Open on a presence there from Fnatic. JW will catch Bora. That's unfortunate. Speaking about timing, JW is master of time and space at this point. He looks to take more control up top Banana using that utility, but you know what? They're going to fall back actually very, very fast. And in fact, it's an instant response from Tessus, who's going to rotate, but Fnatic aren't necessarily going for a fast timing here. Tessus maybe feels more sense of urgency than actually... Oh, look, it's so interesting because it feels like Heroic are kind of in a place where, you know, they're down 4 versus 5, and sure, you know, that does feel a little bit desperate, but it feels like they're expecting Fnatic to be playing faster, a lot faster than they actually are.
Yeah, but I think that's what, you know, I commented on it as well on Mirage, and I think this is really something new we've seen from Fnatic, because normally we do see, sure, they could slow down the pace a little bit, but not to this degree. And I think this is definitely something they're trying to add into their arsenal, a little bit slower pace. We know that the change of meta as well really revolves around the utility, so having rounds like this where you just really take it down to the wire, you still want to obviously take some map control and kind of force the CTs to waste as much utility as they can. Especially rounds like this, a very common angle that Cadian just had there. But it's another Arch wrap. Good positionings here though from Heroic. Gets JW, nice flick.
That's the round. That's the bomb drop. That's it all said and done. Like, no matter what Jaquinho does here, the round is going in favor of Heroic. So, yeah, you know, you guys are saying how you trying to slow it down, trying to throw in a really slow round where you leave it down to the wire, but but you have to, you have to still hit the site with conviction. And honestly, the bomb shouldn't been alone over towards short, right? Because the moment that kill came in, I think it was on to JW. The round was done. Like, even if they'd killed everyone immediately after and they get the site control, the bomb was just dropped too far away to actually get it planted. So just a minor thing to note there. JW had to stay alive, and the moment he doesn't, well, then it comes up in favor of the Danes.
Much needed rounds, and things will start off. Oh, I was going to say similarly with that early banana exchange. Storm going very aggro though, able to find himself the frag on the Crims, and this is great. You know, Heroic off the back of that previous round when everybody hitting their shots. Now they get the man advantage, and the pace is a little bit quicker from Fnatic to respond to that, and that's a huge kill to get for Fnatic, evening up the numbers, taking on control. The pressure now on this A side is really enormous. The bomb is rotating through second mid. Fnatic have their eyes well and truly set on this A side, and Heroic is starting to rotate some assistance, but it's going to be tough to hold this. It's going to require more excellent shooting here, and you can't shoot if you can't see, it seems. Chiquinho takes down Nico. Tessus has to deliver a huge multi-kill hit. There's number one. Oh, he gets the second too. That buys time for Bardolph, who's on the rotation. Finds the angle, finds the swing, and the spray's good as well. Fnatic stop dead in their tracks, thanks to Tessus. And now the hold from Heroic. It's perfect.
Oh,
God.
oh!
God, what is happening? Maybe JW is just more perfect. He's the perfect human. Looking to get that plant on. Is he really going to do it again to them? He did it on Mirage. He's trying it again here on Inferno. Oh my God.
Oh,
Finds the timing.
yeah, I think he expects it, but probably doesn't expect it to be that quick. But damn, those two shots from JW keeps him in that round. Such smart play as well. He obviously knows that there's one Heroic member left as well, trying to bait him a little bit for the swing, and he gets exactly what he's looking for. 3 one-on-one duels. And yeah, I mean, Brolan clears it, so does Golden, but it's two really quick, snappy kills from Tessus here.
The money is like, it's definitely been heavily impacted by those extra kills from JW, so to make life more difficult. Oh, love this from Crims, just going in with the max 10. What's an early frag with this? He's close. I love this move just because it also forces Heroic to have to spend more utility, but they're making their own moves here with an apartment aggression. Trade it out though. Always the way back in. However, this is we've seen Cadian in this spot before. Brolan Golden learn the lesson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh man,
brilliant jiggle there.
Normally you do see the flashbang, especially the spot is just so common nowadays. But you obviously want a wide swing for the ruins position as well. But that's a nice little jiggle peek from Golden there. Obviously, there's still 4 remainder Heroic members there, so not going to really gain anything from it. But this week, I feel like we've seen a lot of kills going to hands of the Opera at the B-bomb site in the same position. It's such a strong position too, because obviously you can take a shot and just fall back. Get in a safer position, especially if you have a smoke left. You just put that in front of you there as well, forcing T's to kind of run pool area, make so you can have a chance to get away. Some dominant rounds here though from Heroic at the end, forcing Fnatic finally on a save. Just pistols, armor on Chiquinho, but not much else. Looking for a bit of an expo play here with Golden's flashbangs.
Oh dear. Okay.
Lovely.
That's an AWP. But then there's the lower flank that should get this all back under control for Heroic. They're not worrying yet, but Golden's trying to put the fear in them. One more man at mid. Are they going to try swing him together? Oh, that's a lot of damage to Tess says. This is getting juicy now. This is getting interesting. The AWP in the hands of Golden. Not normally the AWPer, but here he is, creeping into the fray. Lots of damage down onto one of these players, but the other two both sat pretty back in this A bomb site. If Fnatic were to wrap B, they might be onto a winner here, and that bomb is starting to make its way through the speedway. Just a low HP Tessez while Golden's applying pressure. Crims needs to land the shot of all shots, but it is just that. One shot is all that's needed to get rid of Tessez and open up this bomb plant. There's the check for Crims, and now it's interesting. 2v2, this bomb getting planted, weapon to be retrieved. Over in the church as well, my word. Another from Golden, and now just one man left to rise against it all. It's Bardolph coming in on this rotation. No armor on either of these players. Also just the Deagle for Crims. It's this AWP on Golden that gets you worried. He can still do a hell of a lot with it. And back at New Box, good angle for this fight. That's Fnatic stealing it away in what was a 2v4 with just these pistols to get it over the line.
I can't believe that happened. Crims just being so smart here as well. They don't know where Tassus is, obviously, but being so low. They argued that maybe it was a good position that he was in, expecting the CT push to happen. Oh, worst case from Heroic. You argue there's 3 really good rounds on the board for him as well. Starting to really get the hang of the economy, and that should be a round as well that really cements it. It goes in the hands of Fnatic. These pesky pistols, man. Never discount them. Still a double up setup though from Heroic, but utility has gone down the drain. And it's a double up. Never mind. I was going to say it's a double up setup towards A, but I'm just a little bit blind here today. Another slow round here, and this is the argument that at least for Heroic side of I think they did a really good job with this as well yesterday. Of even rounds like this, it's so quiet on the map. It's very easy for CT to just be like, oh, I'm worried that they're gonna just like jump on me here. Let me throw my nades away. But they do a really good job in trying to hold it as much as they can. Saw this as well from Fnatic a few rounds ago, where it's essentially just a banana fake, throwing some nades away. There's 45 seconds left as well, and sure, they can go up mid here, but they could also just fake up mid and fall back to B, kind of expecting Heroic not to have any nades left there after that initial fake. And here we go. Nice aggressive position from Jacquinho as well. He is by apps here, so it is looking like an app, like an A and apps play. 20 seconds left here now, and here's pushed on the wrong side.
Ooh, the Deagle's good. The AWP's even better through the smoke. Actually misses that. Shots down won't the second time, and ooh, tries to go for it again. That's one too many. All left onto JW, but this guy's been the clutch king today. He gets it down from the 1v3 to the 1v2. Cadian sneaking up through long, runs the gauntlet, and JW so blind. Will get put in the ground. So there we go. Defuse coming through. Heroic onto 4, and that round there, the double AWP's really the thing that had to do the heavy lifting. But the Deagles deliver as well over here at the A-bomb site. I think for Fnatic there, you know when you were kind of hypothesizing, yeah, they could fake mid and go back to B. Now, they don't know this, but those B site players didn't really have any utility left. And they go towards A, the site that still has a smoke and a Molotov. Both get thrown out. And that allows the Deagles to just play around the smoke and get away with a lot more damage than they should have. You know, really, it should have come down to those AWPs having a hold on. So Fnatic, little unfortunate. You know, if they had gone back into a B play, I think they would have been onto a winner there.
Yeah, but I think it comes into, when we talk about rounds, especially the rounds that they just played, for Heroic, they could also make the argument of watch out for the double take. We saw it again last round or previously in this half. So maybe they were expecting it. Now with the Heroic, with the round win as well for the previous round, we do see them go down aggressive down in mid here. So 2 kill from Nico, goes down though, but does a lot of damage on JW as well. It is pretty fun to see how this map has developed. I can't believe we've gone from just only seeing B plays into now seeing it being left alone a lot. Kind of how we saw the transition on Vertigo as well. Borg falling asleep there a little bit. I was gonna say it's a great angle. Maybe he heard a nade there, so maybe he was just expecting kind of dodge at the same time, and it kind of got a little bit whimsy. They're back in CT spawn. Yeah. Especially this time around when you're expecting it as well and have a AWP on that banana bomb site. Very deep angle to cover.
Much needed recovery here for Heroic as we get a tactical pause. I wonder who called this. Is it that Fnatic called it because they're starting to lose rounds, or did they want to do it because they want to kind of cool Heroic off a little bit? Okay, yeah, it was a Fnatic timeout. Thank you, production. All right, what do you think they're discussing here? Are we going to see a switch of approach?
I think so. I think right now what we kind of see Fnatic, there's been a lot of focus, at least early on, you know, leaving kind of Banana alone and taking some map control for A. We saw the one round early on from Fnatic where JW was very quick on the Banana take, and we might see something similar. We also know that Fnatic does like to throw in, on occasion, just a run up mid or even an apps push early. But I think the conversation here, I think the approach is very much correct, right? I think, you know, you see the tendencies from Heroic as well. They're holding their nades and they're kind of waiting for the T's to make a move, and then they will have a reply to that. Good spot. We talk about Heroic with the double boost. We see it again here today. Cadian, nicely done on JW. No AWP on JW that time around. Money is a little bit low. But from going from a timeout called and getting entry'd like that 15 seconds in, so if you did have a game plan for that round, it's now been scrapped. And this is what I was talking about. Very typical Fnatic here. You kind of wait for the smoke, or even sometimes maybe even thrown through the smoke. Tess is kind of expecting it now. It's very quiet on this map.
Nico could do something big from this position. They're not checking it. There's the lineup. And the spray down. Not quite. Oh, there it is. Cadian will get it. Woo, that one got a little bit dicey for a second. Golden, behind enemy lines. Problem with being behind enemy lines is you're in the enemy's lines. But there it is. Tess has spotted, dealt with. 1v3. Ooh, B-hop past the AWP. Golden's feeling fancy with it. Feeling fresh. Now, if he were here, he would say, yeah, this guy gets one and gets traded. Well, he's got the one. We're just missing the traded part, and it's not going to happen yet. Now down to the 1v2. Golden, can he do it? The bomb dropped in Boiler. 10 seconds, time's the problem. He's just jumping past everyone. Gets the bomb, but there's the AWP to silence him. And it's Cadian with 3 in the round. 6 now on the board for Heroic, and no time for Fnatic.
Yeah, just this one. Fnatic not getting an opportunity to clear out apartments. Not expecting both players here from Heroic in such aggressive positioning.
Yeah, because it was
especially not
like
after Katie getting the entry as well. Yeah,
you wouldn't have like expect that normally at that timing of the rounds. So it was just hanging out in apartments. That's like,
what a comeback here from Heroic.
Yeah, they can win the half still in terms of rounds. Wow, this is pretty interesting stuff. I'm really happy to see it too, because it really started to feel like Heroic were going to fall to the same issues as they did on the first map. But there you go. Caden's going to pick up one. It's going to have perhaps the opportunity for more, because there is still a player towards apartments. That's going to be Joaquinio. JW in the smoke. He loves it. We could catch a timing here. Nope, Tessus will fall back. He's only got a Glock, actually. I thought he had a deagle for a second. His teammates have deagles. He's not... Oh, here goes the peak. Oh, God, this lane is fantastic. Tessus with the lawnmower. Gets all 3 of them. And the opportunity for damage now is quite limited. If just one more kill would be enormous. Let's see if he can find it here. Looking for that swing after the clear of hit there. And he's got his number. That's a really good result for Heroic. Just maintaining their economy there was huge into this last round.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously JW not buying, wants to have the AWP for this round then. Might be the call. Nice spray down here from Tessus. We do see that AWP from JW. Trying to find a solution here from Katie, and he has been very active as of late. See where they position each other. Quick CT smoke in mid. Might be a bit of a read here from Fnatic with that smoke. Haven't really seen that all too often. So might be a read of watch out for Boiler, but also at the same time, watch out for that banana play that they've been doing with the 3 members. Expo flash from the bomb site. The word here from Jaquinho. To want to be a little bit cautious here, being by his lonesome. It's a lot of noise though that he's getting or making for the tees. There we go. We talked about it. He jumped up, gets the kill on Cadian. Nico does trade, but he was by himself here now. It's a potential wrap, and again we see Fnatic kind of going back to this A bomb site. Wonder this time around though if it might be a fake, but I think with Brawlan getting that kill on Tessus, you never really know what to expect from Fnatic. Even Bomb in JW is just standing in mid, kind of waiting for Golden's call there. The final decision of, hey, where are we actually going? Especially when Crims is making his move up towards the B bomb side, and Golden goes down, and it kind of forces now Fnatic to hit that B bomb side. There's no other map presence anywhere. No flashbangs, so he's just one on JW actually. He might actually save him. Sound gets flashed. Crims doesn't clear the angle though. And man, what a comeback from Heroic. 3-7 down into now potentially. Say that Castle Curse could be real here. It is JW after all, but no, not gonna happen. 8-7 in favor of Heroic coming into that second half now on this map. Are they gonna have the comeback, or will Fnatic get this 2-0? We'll see right after this break. We're back. Second half of map number 2 between Heroic and Fnatic. Second semi-final here at CS Summit 7. Was looking to be a very dominant Fnatic T side. They were 7-3 up. Economy was looking great for them as well. Heroic not really getting a lot of action done on that CT side, but turns it around and makes it 8-7. Really impressive. And it's a fast apps play here from Heroic. Just Brawlan here in his lonesome, but we do have the rotating Fnatic members here now. It's going to be 4 versus 5 on this bomb side. Full on brawl here is to be expected.
Oh, how? How have they done that? JW still fighting, still alive, still hanging on. Wow. And it's quite the pistol round for Fnatic. They keep 4 alive. Brawlan, he might die right away, but I love what he does in that round. He's just like a little goblin, man, running around trying to steal your loot. Up in the apartments, takes a quick fight, falls back. Quick fight at short side again, bait them into JW. He was great, even though he doesn't get anything done personally. He had opportunities to. He gets all the information. He sets up his team in the site with the bait and switch. And so now we've got a Heroic force buy.
Yes. We'll see whether or not they can make something happen with this. Magic, perhaps. It's definitely a lot more doable, I would say, on the T side, if they can find the timings. Though, that is the question. And to begin with, Fnatic will get the information that they want. They have banana control. They have good defensive positioning around apartments and pits. And here comes the fight, or the possibility of a fight from Heroic. They wanted to do it. But the utility here from Fnatic was timed well. Looking for an expert defense here. Another resmoke deep banana. I don't know if they can hold on to this one. I think Heroic, they're chomping at the bit here to try to take control of this position. Here is Bora close range. Flash off of the Tech 9, and Golden trying desperately to sprint his way to safety. But he may not find any safety here in the wake of this push here from Heroic. Golden only taking down 1, and that's 3v3 here. Good opportunity for Heroic in the afterplant.
Yeah, they're in with a chance. They get the bomb down, but now the numbers starting to get thinned out by Fnatic. It's all onto Cadian again. Back at the site, trying to play around this bomb. There's one down. Any more where that came from? No, he just gets wrapped. They rush him. And I like the way Fnatic play that, right? They're not overly cautious. They know that they've tagged him. They know that he's been dinked, so he's got to be low over at the back of the site. And they just charge him down. You know, don't give him room to play the 1v2.
Yeah, you see, here's a note. The way that Jackinho is jumping that wall there, it's actually really risky. We have Golden there as well, but something to note for the future if he's going to be jumping that by himself. Normally, you want to make the argument that you jump left, because if you jump right the way you do, if the T's are walking towards the wall on the right-hand side, there's going to be a big potential you just end up being traded because you just don't have an ability to run back, because obviously your jump penalty would be towards the car rather than towards the opening towards the B-bomb site. Small things that could punish the banana players. We're making their way up in mid here. Grim's only getting the first one. JW here to help out though, but it is traded. Leaving Brolon here by himself, and he also goes down. And it's not a lot of HP on these heroic members, and it's Fnatic though with the man disadvantage bomb about to go down all the way on the Vinny bomb or the bomb spot. At least a lot of or some nades here from Fnatic. We have a molly, smoke, some flash, so it's still a possibility here.
It's one of these awkward situations though where just the numbers are going to be enough, right? They're not thinking about this in, you know, with all the info we've got, so they don't know. It's like, yeah, 2 are really low. We can try isolate them and get back into it. They just see 2 versus 3, bomb already, like, you know, half ticked as we'd be moving in. That just doesn't feel doable, and so they save. And now like the consequence of this kind of well, I don't want to single anyone out, right? But like Brolin going for that trade over towards short makes sense in the moment. And I think he's really anticipating that that's a fight he's going to win. But the fact that he falls, leaves these 2 B players on a very, very long rotate. I think the moment Brolin died, that was the end of the round, right? Great stuff from Stown. Like there's no accounting for this individual ability. But yeah, you know that Brolin's just ran through the molly. So he's tagged, he's low. And they're trying to capitalize. Sorry, Stown is. And yeah, Brolin goes for the swing to trade it, but ends up giving up the A bomb site. It's
unfortunate, right? Because obviously Fnatic knows that they're wrapping Archway as well. So Brolin kind of makes a decision. I'm either going to fight Arch here or I'm going to fight Site. He doesn't have information on who or how many they have. So, you know, you can't really fault him for that. You know, you make the argument maybe, you know, it's a shame that he didn't get the kill. But I think that decision making there from Brolin was probably the best case. Just a really, really good round here from Heroic for last one. We do see though this round it's a bit of a banana fight, and Fnatic gets away with it, only losing 35 HP on Jackinho. Heroic loses 2 players, so good trade there. Take that any day of the week.
Indeed. It's definitely not done just yet here for Heroic. Looking for an inch. But Fnatic giving them very little at this point, really just settling into the most passive positions and just not moving an inch. They don't have to. 5 versus 3, you don't have to do anything too complicated. Just make sure you're good on the setups. The reaction's good so far. Some counter use on the keeper. There's Borup making his way to pull, but not for too long. And so it's a slow burn here for Heroic, but it's, you know, looks like their light's about to go out. Nico's got that molly backside. That's going to get extinguished, unfortunate. Oh, so difficult right now. Katie's going to have to go and try and save the AWP. Not a good look. Can he get out of there? There's an angle there. Barely avoids the 1 deke.
At least the time is there's only 5 seconds left. So if Katie gets a kill here on Crims, he is safe. Oh, the timing there as well. Unbelievable. Yeah, does end up saving the AWP at least. So that's something. But only really Tessus and Borup actually with good money. So Stalin and Nico would be finding themselves with a pistol or an SMG buy. You see here, nicely done. Jackinho gets a little bit flash, but not over the top. He can still spot the crosshair, so he still gets the kill.
I want to talk about that smoke that Golden drops. I love that smoke at New Box, right? He just underhands it out to the left. It's great because, as you saw, it extinguishes the molly that would normally fall at New Box, and it gives you even more room to play with on that position, right? You're able to push to the right and get to the pillar. It essentially like doubles the width of your playing area and enables you to play around that smoke. It's just a nice little detail, right? And it's a good response when it's too late for your smoke to go down in like the choke point at the front of the site because they're already pushing, but it gives you a lot of room to work with still, gives you a veil to hide behind, and it stops the most common bit of utility, which is that Molotov going into the back New Box. So really nice little idea from Golden there. JW spammed through the edge of that smoke. Brolin now is looking for this trade over at short. He needs to be careful though. Out on a limb from the rest of his team, can have support from the balcony, but even then it's kind of limited in how much support can come through because Crims doesn't want to get caught over facing. Nico with this deagle out onto the balcony, looking for the openers, but there's the crossfire. Brolin down in the pit. And it's not actually even a crossfire. They don't discover Crim. So now, by killing Brolin, they might think, all right, we've probably cleared the site. No one got shot from balcony. They still check it. Tess says, one step ahead, and Cadian with the flash to set him up for success. And now we're into a 2-on-2. This time, though, Fnatic are looking to give this a go. You just got to wait for Golden to get ready. He's very, very far away, rotating all the way in through middle. Him and Jaquinho looking to team up and attempt this 2v2.
Positions, though, for Heroic, pretty good. Wonder if they're going to be able to clear out Tessus here in this graveyard area. Katie will be the first one to spot. I say that the HE to Kobe makes it easy. Normally, it lands either in pit and in graveyard. He make the right guess here, puts it in graveyard. Jaquinho here again, 3 kill to his name, and was looking to be potentially a heroic round here. Do a good job here. I mean, look at this, right? 2-on-4 situation. This flash spam from Cadian, the timing is just unbelievable. Opens up the bomb site, gets the bomb down, has the potential then now in a 2-on-2 situation. Talk about these dominant CT sites, and really the start that Fnatic has had here is kind of how you accomplish them. Stringing a bunch of rounds together. Sure, economy is not on your side yet, but every single bite that they've had is just very strong, and it's a fast banana take from Heroic, catching Fnatic a little bit off guard, but we do know that they have 2 more players here. So just the fact Jaquinho goes down short, they do get that man disadvantage, lose banana control. And because of that as well, they're forced to use a lot of utility. So good early start here to this round for Heroic.
Yeah, most certainly. It's going to be interesting to see what Fnatic's reaction is. So far, they're just playing very defensively. It did look like for a moment they wanted to, Brian was perhaps considering rotating off and they could stack towards B, but it's looking like they're going to just play off of, you know, how good is the defense? If they get a few kills here on the entries, maybe they can, oh, well, it's going very well. In fact, they might even just stay alive, these defenders. The Molly backside will cause some problems. Golden needs to go close to the first oranges. He's all that's left now. And in fact, players being cut off as well. Golden, his position is so incredibly important, but unfortunately for him, Tess is with the better spot. JW now, he's back to his clutch shenanigans, opening things up here. Flash on through, keeping the pace on high, keeping the pressure on Tessus. He wants to make sure he restricts the positioning that Tessus can go for. He knows he's got to be back left side. And there's that Molly new box. And Tessus intelligently moves across the site to try to keep JW guessing, but it's not enough. Great flick from JW as he completes the clutch yet again.
Oh, man. Not what you want to see from Heroic here. That was the worry, right? Even when we talked about the Inferno yesterday, don't really know where we have Heroic on this map. And same could somewhat be said for Fnatic, but you always at least know that they try and make it as competitive as they can. And this CT side, it's not something maybe you talk a lot about, you know, talking about Fnatic on Inferno. You talk a lot about their T sides being a bit unorthodox in their approach and just causing a lot of ruckus. They've had some problems. I guess a lot of teams have had problems on that CT side Inferno, trying to figure it out, what works best. Time was called. Guessing it's from Heroic, trying to figure this out now. They've tried some, a few different things. They've tried to go for, quick banana takes as well. Try to go to slow it down a little bit more. Try to go for a bit of a mid presence also. Fnatic feel like have found a solution to most of it, and also have been winning these close-knit rounds as well at the same time. Oh, JW had a good spawn. Misses it though. It's, I think, through the legs. And it is, as I say that, I was going to say, it looks like a regular default here. 3 towards B in the beginning. Golden is the one that wastes a lot of nades, but he actually sticks around. So still 3 members here from Fnatic, and not a lot of nades here from Heroic. Let's note that. They're kind of forced to make a decision here soon and kind of just run with it. They at least made the right call here, but no mollies to kind of Molotov the site. And that position that Jaquinho has could be very dangerous here for Heroic if they don't clear it off. Smokes down, and we should just be seeing the extra flash here now. And now we see the Heroic go sign for hitting the bomb site. Jaquinho in a good spot, as I noted. No Molotovs on Heroic side, so the one flashbang is just not going to be enough to kind of clear him from this angle. 3 kills to his name. What a nice hold from Fnatic.
How on earth has he gotten the bomb down? Oh, and the follow-up shot to JW now. Doesn't quite kill him, but he has brought him down low. Cadian, this would be one for the ages. This is a clutch that should never happen, and it's not going to. JW worms him out. Yeah, you might have hit him for 99, but that extra 1 point is all JW needs. 13 on the board for Fnatic. And I've got to say, Jaquinho having a very, very good game right now. Like, time and time again on these B plays, he's been good for multi-kills. He's been holding it down. You know, this is quite the performance from the new guy in Fnatic. All in the effort to try and get his first grand final with the team. And who knows, maybe even first title, right? If they're able to get there. Fnatic up 13-9. They're all hungry for it. And this is where I imagine having some new blood in the team, when the going's good, it must feel great, right? Because I don't think, even though whenever we've had Jaquinho on along with Golden, they've tried to say, like, yeah, it's good to take emotion out of it and keep it, like, neutral. I think for Flaren, you were also having this conversation at one point. And it's like, I feel like you can't help but get emotionally invested right now if you're Jaquinho. A chance to get to the grand final with Fnatic in your debut. This is really, really a big opportunity, and you must be feeling the gravitas of that now.
Absolutely, right. And you make the argument here, that's where experience comes from, right? Having played these games before and kind of knowing as well that, there's going to be more finals eventually. There's going to be more semifinals to be played. So mental state is definitely a little bit better. But we see as well, Fnatic always have Jens in the background. We see him here in Golden screen to the right. JW screen, we're going to see him to the left. But he's really that, mental performance coach that Fnatic has, had for quite some time. That really helps them. We see another B take here, though, from Heroic. It was out of, we see as well, they have 2 guys up in mid. So this is a little bit unorthodox approach from Heroic, you'd argue. But they still have the bomb site. And Fnatic is a little bit confused, I feel, at the moment as well. Jaquinho goes down, and now there should be the play, obviously. Bob goes down on B, Jaquinho dies. Wonder if they're going to be expecting Tessus, though, here in CT spawn.
Yeah, this is the crazy thing. So Jaquinho should get caught by Tessus in rotation. Now they know about the man in the back. Thing is, if you're Fnatic, now you're thinking, well, there's a 3-on-3 in the site then. Let's pick up the pace. Tessus is never coming in on this lurk, so they're holding for a man that is never going to arrive. But for the time being, they're winning their fights back in the site. However, time becomes the problem. Time is ticking away from Fnatic. They're getting all the kills. They're on the bomb. Tessus late, and he doesn't get there in time. How on earth have they managed to get that round in the back for Fnatic? That is unreal. The response is instantaneous. They spot Tessus wrapping CT, and they go, right, this is the best odds we're going to have, a 3-on-3. Let's pick up the pace. They get in, they deal with the first 2, and then all that info that Crims gets clearing the rest of the site means now Fnatic know that they have to be pool or banana. Those are the only places left for Heroic to be, and they find everyone.
It was a great retake from Fnatic. You can definitely tell that they've worked on that as well. Every single nade that they threw was intentional in just making sure to get the one-on-one duels. You'd argue from Heroic. Oh man, JW almost dies. You'd argue from Heroic in the previous round there. The setups might not have been great, but Fnatic just does a really good job there in that retake. 14 rounds now. JW is low, but look at this position from Crims.
How is he so perfect with that? It looked like a chaotic situation, but his crosshairs just in the perfect spots. Oh no. Another very disappointing result for Heroic there. Fnatic at this point, in some of these duels and retakes, it's like they're just better right now. Individually, they're just hitting everything. Well, they're only better for, you know, so long as they can continue to win these duels, and Heroic have had a lot to say for themselves in terms of skills, so they'll try to walk into this B site. That's actually the best case. Nico will have to do a pretty good job with the lurk there. Mid. His teammates need to win every fight too on the site. Chiquinho knows he doesn't have to win anything. He just has to hold position. He just has to stay alive, delay. Oh, and the jiggling between Golden and Borup, that was very difficult. And now it's going to trigger a rotation back to A. There is no time though. Cadian cannot slow down if he wants to plant the bomb in time. So it's going to come down to these backstabs. Nico picks up one. Broadline, if he just survives long enough, he can buy the time that's necessary. Catches Nico in the head. They are desperate. They are rushing in. They watching everything. And Broadline's everyone down again, just like in the previous round, as he killed the player and Paul and then Banana effortlessly. Once again, another 2K to finish the round.
I'm just even looking at positionings here. If we look at Chiquinho obviously having a great series, look at the positions that Fnatic has given him as well. You know, being the anchor player at B, he's the anchor player obviously on Mirage, he's the monster player on Overpass. These are very difficult spots to hold as a new player that's just coming into Pro CS. The fact that he's doing it the way he's doing, I feel like decision making as well. I'm just very impressed by him so far. Ooh, another fast banana take. Why not? We might as well try it. Nothing else has been working out. You kind of feel like for Heroic.
Stan's lost his gun.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. HE was coming in and he kind of blew away. He was trying to get an upgrade. Gets the Mac 10 back at least. But Nico at the same time gets that kill onto Crimson Graveyard. And if they're fast here on this push, this at least has the potential of being another Heroic round. But Roland's here now, but a great position for Cadian. Leaving this all to JW by his lonesome with an AWP and pit. Gets the first, but now at least locations is given. Smoke goes down. There's no Molotov to kind of block him off though, so in terms of at least staying alive, but he's by himself in 1-on-3. He's done this before, but maybe not in this degree. He Molotovs himself as well. Okay, well, definitely not gonna happen.
He tries to get really really fancy with it. Yo, guys, check out this Molotov. Oh, lands back in the pit after bouncing. Yeah, that was a little bit rough. I don't know, man. With the form he's showing right now, the moment I see JW in a spot like that, like down in pit with the AWP 1v3, I'm not writing him off. You know, like he has been really, really good in these clutch scenarios. But the money's gone now for Fnatic. This could be a way back in for Heroic. You never know. Oh, all right, Cadian.
Oh, yeah, that's what? Worry as well.
Oh, no!
Okay, well, you say
no!
Is it going to be real? Staven does at least kill Golden fully flashed. Oh, he gets Chiquinho as well. There we go. It was looking pretty dicey.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
I was gonna note. I mean, we do see the Fnatic. They're not broke at least, but it's situations like these when we talk about a potential going to round 30. But because of the fact that it's well,
wasn't it Crimson Brolan before that won that 2 versus 4 with just Beagles?
Yeah,
sure
if they win this one down, I would be so impressed.
Yeah,
I would be mind-blowing.
You know, they're all over the beat, no kit, no armor, no utility.
They fully just sprint in, dig everyone in a matter of seconds. It would be remarkable, don't get me wrong. And also, I think Heroic juggled the guns away, because Fnatic all went B to try and reclaim these weapons, like, you know, at least get something out of the round. The AWP's gone, like, they can't find it. But they've got the AK at least, you know, it's something to take out of this round. Ooh, do we think overtime's well, I mean, obviously it's a possibility. Are we leaning into that yet, or is it still too early to call that, you know, oh, it's overtime very much on the cards?
I mean, it's going to require a lot, right? But I think because of the fact that Fnatic is the kind of low on money right now, you make the argument, even for this coming round, right? Brolin gets an AK save. That's super helpful. Sure, they will buy. But they lose this one, 15-12, force on an eco, 15-13. Then we have one essential big buy round again left for Fnatic to play with. And if they lose this one, it's another scrappy buy round for next. So there's definitely a possibility. I love this from Fnatic. You know, it's so close to the wire. They know that economy is going to matter. For them to go a double save here as well, it doesn't matter what the economy Heroic is in nowadays. You know, all they have to do is essentially just win the one weapon round. So now it kind of guarantees them a much stronger buy here now. Yeah, sure, it's not a fast round from Heroic. We know that Fnatic then had just a low buy here for the gamble stack towards B. But if they want to next round Fnatic now, there is that potential of a double op setup. Or even if they don't want to, it's just a great round in terms of utility.
Yeah, I really love it to see a team make a decision like that. It's not done enough that people truly recognize, like, oh, I'm in a spot where I need to maximize buy rounds. The amount I have of them and the quality of them. So, really nice to see. Maybe they get a few cheeky kills here, make things hurt a little bit for Heroic. Oh, still in construction. You might be able to make something of this. Are they going to check for this? Yes, they will. Oh, that's a dangerous prospect. He's not got any help, but Tess is holding that off angle. It's really difficult. Is he going to make sure he doesn't push this? Brian will die because he's bomb. All right, they'll go for it. 4 players staying alive. I think that's fine for them. Okay, now we're into the real rounds. This is where shit gets real.
Yeah. Most important round here so far this map. And it's going to be an exciting one at that. We have seen here as of late, Heroic obviously being in the back foot, have been going a little bit more aggressive, taking initial map presence. Fnatic starting with 2 members towards that B-bomb site. And Heroic wanted to take it. It is that solo op on JW though. Brolin with the AUG. Normally we have seen Jaquinho pick that up quite a bit, but opting for M4 just to get utility. And this apartment setup here, 3 members here from Fnatic. We saw this as well yesterday. And it's just Nico here. There's no way. He might get 1, but probably not. He does, though. That's best case for him for sure. And 4-on-4 should open up the map a little bit more here now for Heroic. Leaning towards B. This is always the risk. Are they going to just walk in? Are they going to pop flash in? They're just going to walk. They're going to walk in instead. Just 1 expo flash as well. Molotov comes in late. Golden doesn't get the smoke. That's not what he wants. So he ends up going down. And Jaquinho is obviously in the retake position in CT spawn here. Boost is happening. Starter was expecting it, but Brolin is so crispy. Gets out and the bomb plant there, Katie. And now all of a sudden you kind of flip this switch and JW fast on the flank here now. Heroic in a bad spot all of a sudden.
Oh, still a recovery though. Oh, that's a great response. Barat with the 2K, JW with the trade, and again, we're in a 1v1 here. And JW, every time, he is just coming up aces, and that's going to be the clutch to win it. This is now JW taking his team, leading his team over the line to the grand finals against VP. Excellent showing from Fnatic here. Amazing comeback on the first map, and in the second map, they just never slowed down.
Man, yeah, the Swedes do it. They get it over the line. I don't know, man. That's nuts. Fnatic. We were saying, like, we wanted to see them start to hit some peaks, right? Starts to look real good. I think they delivered that in spades. That was a phenomenal series from the Fnatic guys, and a really good try from Heroic as well. Like, that's what I think makes this all the more impressive, is that wasn't a Heroic that were like sleepy. You know, I think the decision making was good. They made every game competitive. I mean, hell, they were in the lead a lot of the time, and then Fnatic would have to grind their way back into these games. So the fact that you're able to rise up and beat a Heroic that's looking pretty on point, I don't know, that's impressed me. How are you feeling for Flaren? How are you doing?
I mean, I'm super impressed, right? You can make the argument here, honeymoon period, right? You know, not really knowing what to expect from Fnatic, but nonetheless, for them to make it all the way to the final here has the potential of even winning their first event with Jaquinho. I mean, I'm really impressed here. I think we're gonna definitely be getting some questions answered here with the interview, but I think we're gonna jump to a content piece, and then we'll be back with the winner's interview.
It's not about the stats. And it's not about the scoreboard. It's not about fame or glory. There are no fans. There's no roar in the crowd. It's about drive. It's about determination. It's about sending a message. I hold my angles. I do not peek. I do not push, and I will force buy. You're up against 5 opponents. I'm up against 9. So get good. Because at the end of the day, I'm a master. Valve matchmaking. Become a master. Probably be like,
I love that. I don't know if we've seen that one before. I was having fun. I think that's Aiden. That's our talent manager for the event. I'm not sure if he's had a possible, the pleasure of being in a CS:GO event before. It's nice to see him. Matchmaking, always a fun time. Definitely has to be on the ground. I know that James Bardolph has been on that ground for quite some time now. Not sure if he's still silver elite or whatnot, but hopefully he'll get there eventually.
Yeah, man, we can only hope. Yeah, Dan, have you tried carrying him through the ranks yet? Is that something you do?
Long time ago.
Yeah,
long time ago. It's been a while.
Nah, man, he's very insistent about how the style of CS that's called. That's what I like about James, man. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. Apart from his nonsense, man, he'll be going for knives and all sorts. Speaking of going for knives and all sorts, I reckon we have someone from Fnatic standing by. Let's see who we got. I left it as a little surprise, a mystery for myself. Oh, hello, Mr. Krim stepping in for the interview. How you doing, man? After picking up the victory, going to the grand finals with Jaquinho, what's it feeling like right now in the Fnatic camp?
It feels really good, actually, to make it this far with a brand new lineup, I would say, even though we just switched one player. So it feels really nice, actually.
Krim, so obviously speaking a little bit, but I asked Golden the same question, but we kind of see here as well, you guys are swapping a lot of things around, obviously Flusha being a very unique player in some sense. You guys are putting Jaquinho in a lot of anchor positions, stuff like that. How do you kind of feel like it's gone so far? Do you feel like it's been, obviously you guys are in final now, which is a new player. I feel like you guys haven't had a lot of practice. Do you kind of see this trend kind of continue? Do you feel like this has been just a fantastic pickup and looking to kind of, make your way here with a potential final win versus VP?
Putting him in anchor positions was actually Golden's idea just for this event, I think. I think Golden is gonna take on those roles later on, but just short term, we just put Jaquinho there and Golden is trying to support him with nades and such. I mean, what can I say? He's really good, talented, and he works hard, and he's really easy to work with. He has, whenever he asks for much help of what do you think I'm doing wrong here or something like that. So it's really easy to play with.
Well, with that said, going up against VP and I mean, in this game against Heroic, although it looked like you guys had some trouble, it didn't really seem like it was too much trouble. You guys managed to bounce back really effectively on that first map. You had a really good approach on your T sides, and T sides have always been something that you guys have been pretty comfortable with. Going as VP, of course, it feels like they have quite a difficult style to be up against. We saw that Mousesports struggled against them. How are you feeling about VP right now, now going into the finals against them?
Ooh, I think they're playing really good Counter-Strike. I mean, I have looked on a couple matches. The problem is that when teams face them, they don't like disturb their defaults. They don't like go aggressive, like doing stupid things against them. So VP gets all the ground on the map, like to work with and do whatever they want. So that's gonna be a key factor when playing against them. Just make it their default terrible.
Awesome.
Something else I was wondering, Crims, is with the departure of Flusher, right? Obviously, from like the OG like golden era of the Fnatic days, it would be just you and JW left standing, right? What are your thoughts on like the kind of departure of some of the old guard, as it were, and you know, like the talents that are getting a rise up as a result?
I love it this way. I mean, of course, I miss Flusha, but something had to change. The trio weren't so good together in the later part of the team, so we had to make a switch, and we chose to like put Flush on the bench. It was the whole team's decision, so it was just not just me and DAW, but it feels nice to like bring a new young guy that's new to the scene, and yeah, it feels amazing to be part of such thing.
So we spoke about that as well with Golden yesterday, about the development players and stuff like that. How would you say, when you mentioned the whole thing with Jaquinho asking a lot of questions, if he's doing something wrong, doing something right, Golden was very open with that, or actually was JW of saying he believes that Fnatic is one of the better teams in developing talent. Would you agree with that? Would you say that maybe, you guys spend a lot of time with even Jaquinho, maybe outside of the server, outside of practice, so, showing them the ropes? Or why do you think that maybe JW kind of said that about you guys? What makes you guys so special? Because I agree. I mean, look at Brolan, right? Look at the production he's done. He's an incredible player, and I think you guys have spent a lot of time with that guy and really polished him up to be a really, really good, strong player.
I don't have the exact answer for that one. Of course, it's in game, but I think it's more outside of the game. Like, we have a really good chemistry. Like, when we bring in a new player, we make sure it like fits the family, if you can say so. We're trying to see ourselves like a family. Like, we talk to each other more than maybe our parents, because we train every day and such. But I feel like it's more outside of the game, like the chemistry, bringing people in, and just doing basic small stuff that's gonna mean a lot in the long run.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all that we have time for. So we'll let you go. Best of luck in the grand finals. I think I speak for everyone. We're super excited to see you guys play and to see, what Jaquinho is able to do in his first grand finals with Fnatic. Very exciting times. So thank you so much, Crims, for speaking with us ahead of your grand finals.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Oh,
it's fun. Yeah, it's funny. The one thing that sticks out for me when he says, I feel like VP no one disrupts their defaults a lot, on the VP side. I feel like that's what people try to do, and they never really have much success just because of the fact that they play so defensive on that T side. So I'm super excited for the series. I didn't get a chance to watch the Bow Sports VP, but I was expecting much more of a closer scoreline. But coming in here, I mean, I make the argument here of Heroic potentially getting the win versus Fnatic. They were looking poised to do that, I feel like, but Fnatic coming in here with maybe some honeymoon periods here as well, with Jaquinho. We'll see if Golden ends up swapping the roles. You make the argument here Jaquinho has been really good on these anchor positions, so maybe they just decide to keep him there. We'll see if they have a reply here for VP's kind of shenanigans of the slow play that they kind of have. I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, I think it was very telling that instead of saying something like, we'll just have to play our game, and these kinds of more generic responses, he was making a sort of objective statement of they play really good CS right now. People are not disrupting them enough. So that leads me to believe that we're going to see some tailor-made approaches specifically for VP in this matchup, as opposed to Fnatic just trying to do the Fnatic stuff. Which is quite an exciting prospect, because that already gives us something to kind of really look into and not have to speculate too much. I feel like it's obvious that we're going to see strats and tactics that will be very designed to throw VP off. So exciting things to think about as we go into our grand finals. But first, before we get there, it's time for another quick break.